Let's begin our class in a comfortable seated or reclined position. Taking a moment to settle your body into whatever shape you prefer. And then perhaps closing your eyes or turning your gaze downwards. Soften the muscles of the face. Release the jaw. Relax the shoulders down and back. And then start to become a bit more aware of every place where the body touches down on some kind of support. At each and every one of those points of contact, allowing yourself to become heavier, more connected with the ground beneath you. Allowing the body to accept that support. And perhaps softening the muscles around the area where the body touches down. Allowing the ground or any props you might be using to do the work of holding the body. So that the muscles can soften and release. Once you've settled into the shape, turning your attention to your breathing. Not necessarily trying to change anything. First, just noticing how your body feels as you inhale and exhale. Noticing how your body expands and softens. Perhaps taking the time to feel the path that the breath travels on. And then if you do notice that your breathing is a bit shallow or fast, you could try drawing the next inhale a little bit more deeply into the body, taking your time, allowing the air to travel all the way down the length of the spine as you inhale. And then just to slowly all the way back up and out of the body. Finding a rhythm of breath that's comfortable and sustainable for you. Something you can maintain throughout the practice. And then we'll start to invite some small movements back into the body, gently wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, circling wrists and ankles, and then maybe turning the head from side to side if that's available in the shape you've chosen. Gradually blinking the eyes back open. Coming back to stillness, we'll begin our class today laying down. So if you're not there already, slowly making your way onto your back on your mat. Moving any props out of the way that you no longer need. All the way down and drawing both knees in towards the chest. Maybe rocking gently from side to side. Bringing some movement into the hip joints. Feeling the body shift as the knees travel from one side to the other. Let's come back to stillness. We'll release the feet down onto the ground. We'll place them about hip distance apart, as close to the hips as you can. Draw the shoulder blades down the back and extend the arms down alongside the body, fingertips reaching towards the heels. From here, we'll take a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, let's press into the feet, press into the arms and hands, and lift the hips up. It doesn't have to be very far. Coming into a low bridge. Keep those thighs tracking parallel to one another so the knees stay stacked over the ankles. Don't allow the knees to fall open to the sides. Take a nice deep breath in and exhale, lower down. Let's inhale at the bottom. We'll exhale the hips up. Inhale to hold. And exhale down. Continuing that same rhythm, inhaling at the bottom. Exhaling up. Inhaling to hold. And then exhaling to release. And as you continue with this movement, keep pressing down into the arms and hands. Make the arms really active. Keep connecting through the balls of the feet and the heels. And start to notice the muscles of the legs that begin to become more active as well as you move through the shape. You might notice after a few rounds you're able to lift a little bit higher. Feel free to do that if it's available to you. Of course, never forcing it, doing just what's comfortable in your body. And the next time you come up, we'll hold for 5 breaths this time. Exhaling to come all the way up. And then inhaling and exhaling 5 times. Keep pressing into the feet, pressing into the hands. And whenever you finish your 5 breaths, come all the way back down to the ground. Let's cross the right ankle over top of the left thigh. We'll flex at the right ankle and press that right knee away from the body. Taking a moment to check in at the outer right hip. If you're already feeling some sensation there, maybe staying as you are. If you're not feeling anything just yet and you'd like to take this one step further, you can lift your left foot off the ground, spread your right hand in between your legs, and wrap both hands around the back of the left hamstrings. The right ankle stays flexed. We'll continue to press the right knee away from the body. And if the left leg is lifted up, drawing that left knee in slowly. As you inhale, allow yourself to ease out of the pose. And as you exhale, maybe draw those legs in a little bit closer. Being mindful of what you feel in your right hip. Allowing yourself to find a comfortable amount of sensation, nothing too intense. And take the time to breathe in the shape. Okay, let's release. We'll place the left foot back down on the ground. Right foot down beside it, and we'll switch sides. Left ankle crosses over right thigh. Left foot is flexed. Press the left knee away from the body. Choosing to stay here, or maybe choosing to lift the right foot off the ground. Thread the left hand in between the legs and wrap both hands around the back of the right hamstrings. Continue to flex through the left ankle and press the left knee away from the body. And if the right leg is lifted, draw it in slowly. Use your inhale to find a little bit more space in the body, maybe ease out of the pose just a little. And then use the exhale to soften into it. Okay, let's release. We'll place the right foot down and the left foot down beside it. Let's extend the legs all the way out onto the ground and we'll roll it over onto the front of the body. From here, we'll have the toes untucked, so the tops of the toes are touching down on the floor. Let's place one hand on either side of the chest so the fingertips are just under the tops of the shoulders. Gaze straight down towards the ground. We'll press into the tops of the feet. And on an exhale, lift the chest and forehead off the ground, coming into baby cobra. Pressing down into the feet, engaging the muscles of the legs, engaging the glutes. And then using the hands just as a support. So at any time, you should be able to lift your hands up off the ground and stay just as you are. Really engaging the muscles of the low back, drawing the shoulders together and down, and gazing straight down towards the ground. One more nice deep breath in. And we'll exhale, releasing all the way down. Relax the legs, shift the hips side to side. From here, let's bend the right knee, drawing the right heel in towards the glute. We'll reach the right hand back towards the right ankle. Keep the knees together. Keep drawing the right heel in towards the glute. You can choose to stay here, or on an exhale, lift the chest and forehead up off the ground. Keep breathing slow and steady. Keep pressing down into the left foot. And then we'll release, switching sides. Placing the right hand back on the side of the chest. Bending the left knee. Left heel comes back towards the glute. We'll reach the left hand back towards the left ankle, drawing that heel in a little bit closer. Choosing to stay as you are, or on an exhale, lifting chest and forehead up off the ground. Pressing down into the top of the right foot. Connecting with the ground through both hips. Breathing slow and steady. Good. On an exhale, we'll release all the way back down. Let's place one hand on either side of the chest. Tuck the toes under. We'll press all the way up into our tabletop. Let's walk the knees forward so they're underneath the hips. Toes can be flat on the floor, or you can tuck them under. Fingers are spread nice and wide. We'll move through a couple of rounds of cat and cow. As we inhale, lowering the belly, drawing shoulders back and looking up. And as we exhale, pressing the floor away, rounding the spine, looking back to the knees. Inhaling, expanding the front of the body. And exhaling, expanding the back of the body. Let's bring it all the way back to a neutral tabletop. Adjust the grip, pressing down through all the fingertips and the thumbs. From here, let's step the feet back behind us, coming up into a high plank, and then we'll shift the hips up and back, making our way into downward facing dog. Taking a moment to pedal out through knees and ankles if you'd like. And then we'll come back to stillness, bending the knees, looking forward. We'll walk all the way up to the top of the mat, finding a forward fold, Uttanasana. Feet are about hip distance apart, knees are bent so the belly can rest on the thighs, head hangs heavy. Arms can hang at the sides, you could take hold of opposite elbows. Maybe shaking the head from side to side or nodding the head yes and no. Let's release the hands back down. As we inhale, we'll straighten the legs, straighten the spine, coming to Ardha Uttanasana, half back. And exhaling, we'll fold, releasing down into a forward fold again. As we inhale, let's bend the knees even deeper, sweep the hands out to the sides and come all the way up to standing. Reaching those arms up overhead, we'll exhale, hands down to heart center. Let's release the arms at the sides, coming into a mountain pose. Feet are hip distance apart. Grounding down through the ball of the foot and the heel. Shoulders loop up, back, and down, and arms extend out at the sides. As we inhale, let's lift up through the crown of the head, and as we exhale, let's ground down through the feet. Breathing slow and steady. Allowing your gaze to focus on something ahead of you that's not moving. And then let that gaze soften. Try lifting the toes up. And then slowly lowering them back down, keeping them light on the floor. And when you're ready, we'll start to move again. Inhaling, we'll lift both hands up overhead. Exhaling, let's bend the knees and fold. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands. We'll step all the way back, downward facing dog. From here, as we inhale, we'll bend the knees looking forward. As we exhale, we'll walk to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. And exhale those hands down to heart center. Again, inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to full, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, bending the knees, looking ahead. Exhaling, walking or stepping to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. Exhaling, hands down to heart center. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhaling, half back. Exhaling, folding, planting hands, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, bending the knees, looking ahead. Exhaling, stepping or walking to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Let's change it up a little bit. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. From here, as we inhale, let's lift the right foot up behind us. As we exhale, we'll bend that right knee and step the right foot up in between the hands. Right knee stacks over right ankle, toes point forwards. We'll get lighter on the fingertips and inhale, coming all the way up, high lunge. Reach those hands up overhead. Let's exhale, drop the hands down, step forward, forward fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise all the way up. Reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale those hands down to heart center. Other side, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, left leg lifts behind us. As we exhale, we'll bend that left knee, step it up in between the hands. Getting lighter on the fingertips, we'll inhale, coming all the way up, high lunge, drop the hips. Exhale, drop the hands, step the right foot forward, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. And then exhale those hands down to heart center. Again, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, lifting the right foot up behind us. Exhaling, stepping that right foot through. Let's inhale, coming all the way up, high lunge. Exhale, drop the hands, step forward. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling, folding forward. And inhaling, coming all the way up, reaching hands up overhead. We'll exhale those hands down to heart center. Other side, inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhaling, half back. Exhaling, folding, planting the hands, stepping back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, we'll float the left foot up behind us. As we exhale, bend the knees, step that foot through. Let's inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, drop the hands, step forward. Inhale for half back. Exhale to fold. And then inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale those hands down to heart center. Change it up a little bit again. Inhaling, lifting both hands. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. From here, as we inhale, let's lift the right foot up behind us. As we exhale, we'll step that right foot through. This time, we're going to drop the left knee, untuck the left toes, and inhale, lift the hands up, coming into low lunge. Sink the hips down and forward. Reach the fingertips high. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, drop the hands, tuck the toes, step forward, low back. Inhale for half back. Exhale to fold. And inhale, rise all the way up, reach up overhead. Exhaling, we'll draw the hands down to heart center. Other side, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, let's lift the left foot up behind us. Exhaling, we'll step that left foot through, drop the right knee, untuck the right toes. Inhaling, we'll rise up, low lunge. Sink the hips down and forward, extend the arms up. Inhaling, and then exhale, dropping the hands, stepping forward, forward fold. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling, folding. And inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhaling, we'll draw hands down to heart center. Let's do the other same again. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, right leg lifts. Exhaling, step that right foot forward, drop the left knee, untuck the left toes. Inhale, rise up, low lunge. Exhale, drop the hands, step forward, forward fold. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, we'll come all the way up, reach those hands up overhead. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Other side, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, left leg lifts. As we exhale, step that left foot through, drop the right knee, untuck the right toes. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down to the ground, tuck the toes, step forward, forward fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, rise all the way up. Reach hands up overhead. Exhale those hands down to heart center. We're going to change it up a little bit again. As we inhale, let's reach up. Exhaling, we'll bend the knees and fold. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling, we'll fold, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, right leg lifts. As we exhale, we'll step that right foot through, drop the left knee, untuck the left toes. This time we'll bring the left hand just inside the right foot, and we'll inhale the right arm up towards the ceiling, twisting towards the right, working towards stacking the shoulders. Keep drawing the right knee in. Press down into the left foot. Take a nice deep breath in, reach up. And then exhale, hands down to the ground, step forward, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, lift all the way up. Reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale those hands down to heart center. Other side, let's inhale lift. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhaling half back. Exhaling, folding, stepping back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, left leg lifts up behind us. As we exhale, let's step that left foot through, drop the right knee, untuck the right toes. Stick the right hand just inside of the left foot. We'll extend the left arm up towards the ceiling, twisting open towards the left side. Stacking shoulders, gazing up. Inhale, reach. And exhale, drop the hands, step forward. Ardha Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale those hands down to heart center. Let's do that again, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. So inhale, right leg up behind us. Exhale, step that right foot through, drop the left knee, untuck the left toes. We'll inhale, reach the right hand high. Exhale, drop the hands, step forward, forward fold. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling, folding. Inhale, come all the way up, reach hands up overhead. And exhale those hands down to heart center. Other side, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting the left leg. Exhale, step that left foot through. Drop the right knee, untuck the right toes, right hand moves in. We'll inhale, lifting the left hand high. Exhale, drop the left hand, step forward. Inhaling for half back. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, reaching up. Exhale those hands down to heart center. We'll change it up again, inhale, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, let's lift the right leg up behind us. As we exhale, we'll step the right foot through. Let's drop the left knee, untuck the left toes. And we'll heel toe that right foot over to the left leg. Left arm. We'll flex at the right ankle. And then drop the right knee just behind the right hand. You can draw that right ankle in closer towards your body if you need to. And then we'll keep the left toes pressing down, reaching back. Maybe slide that left leg back a little bit further. You can choose if you want to support your right hip by placing a block or a bolster underneath of it. If it's uncomfortable to come into this shape, you can also roll all the way over onto your right hip and draw that left knee forward. If you are comfortable as you are, try to keep your hips equally weighted. Keep your shoulders squared towards the front. Keep your left toes pressing down and back. And then if you'd like, you can come down onto your elbows or even further. Allowing yourself a few moments of rest for the upper body. Breathing into any sensation you feel in the outer right hip. Gradually softening. Remember, you can come out of the pose at any time if you need a break. Let's take 3 more slow breaths here. And whenever you're done your 3 breaths, coming all the way back up onto your hands. If you did slide that left feet back, let's slide it forward again. We'll tuck the left toes under and step back to downward facing dog. Taking a moment if you'd like to pedal out through your feet. And then we'll inhale, bending the knees, looking forward. Exhaling, we'll make our way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale to fold forward. And inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale them down heart center. Let's do the other side, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale to full plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, let's lift the left leg up behind us. As we exhale, we'll step the left foot through. Let's heel toe, drop the right knee down, untuck the right toes. We'll heel toe the right foot over to the right wrist. Left foot over to the right wrist. Flex at the ankle, and then drop the left knee down behind the left wrist. You can draw the left foot in closer to the body if you need to. You might choose to slide your right leg back a little bit further if that's comfortable for you. You can place a support underneath of your left hip. If you'd like a block or a cushion there. Keep flexing at the left ankle. Keep pressing down into the right foot. And try if you can to find equal weight between the hips. You can choose to stay upright, or you can come down onto your elbows if you prefer. And we'll pause here for a few moments. Breathing slow and steady. Good, we'll take 3 more breaths on this side. And then we'll place the hands back down onto the ground. If you did slide the right knee back, bring it forward once again. We'll tuck those right toes under and lift up and back to downward facing dog. Taking a moment to pedal out if you need to, bending knees, bending ankles. And then we'll inhale, bending the knees, looking ahead. Exhale all the way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale to fold forward. And inhale to rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. We'll exhale those hands down to heart center. From here, let's find equal weight between both feet. Focusing the weight down through the ball of the foot and the heel. Find something ahead of you that's not moving to gaze at. Soften the gaze. Bring our hands onto our hips to start off with. Shift the weight over into the left foot, bending through the left knee just a little bit for stability. We'll start to slide the right foot back on the ground, bending more deeply through the right knee until the toes just start to lift up off the ground. You can choose to stay here, focusing on practicing your balance. Or if you'd like, you can bend that knee even deeper, bring it up towards the glute, and reach the right hand back towards the right ankle. If your right knee opens out to the side as you do that, bring it back in towards the center. We want the knees close together, the thighs parallel. You can choose to stay here, pressing forward through the right hip. Again, focusing on your balance. Or if you'd like, you can extend your left arm up, out in front of you. And at the same rate, start to lean forward and press back through the right foot. Continuing to breathe slow and steady. Using the inhale to extend through the front of the body. And the exhale to soften, maybe hinging a little bit further forward. Got a couple of slow, steady breaths. And then we'll release all the way back to standing, taking a moment to roll through wrists, roll through ankles. Come back to stillness, and we'll do the same for the other side. Bringing hands onto the hips. And start to shift the weight over into the right foot. Bringing a little bend through the right knee. Find that something in front of you to gaze at, and let your gaze get a little bit softer. And when you're ready, start to slide the left foot back behind you, choosing either to leave the toes just hovering over the ground and focusing on practicing your balance, or maybe bending through that left knee and reaching back with the left hand for the left ankle. We'll draw the knees towards one another so that the thighs are parallel. You can stay here again, focusing on your balance, pressing into the left hip to deepen that stretch. Or if you'd like, you can extend your right arm up and forward. And at the same rate, hinge at the hips, leaning the right hand forward, drawing the left foot up and back, pressing into that left hand. Keep gazing at whatever it is you're gazing at. Keep breathing slow and steady. You see, inhale to expand the front of the body, press back through the left heel. And then exhale, maybe hinge a little bit deeper. Good, we'll release, coming all the way back to standing. Rolling through wrists, rolling through ankles. And come all the way back to the top of the mat. From here, let's inhale, lifting up. Exhaling, we'll bend the knees and fold. We'll inhale for half back. Exhale, and step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, we'll bend the knees looking forward. As we exhale, let's make our way to the top of the mat, forward fold. We'll inhale for half back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Bend the knees and inhale, sweeping arms out to the side, then coming all the way up to standing. And then we'll exhale, hands down to heart center. Good, again, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, bending the knees and folding. Inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, step back, downward facing dog. As we inhale, we'll bend the knees looking ahead. As we exhale, we'll step to the top of the mat, forward fold. Let's inhale for half back. Exhale to fold forward. And inhale, rise all the way up, reach hands up overhead. And exhale those hands down to heart center. Again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Inhale for half back. Exhale to fold, plant the hands, step back, downward dog. We'll pause here. And then let's drop the knees down onto the ground, coming into a tabletop position. From here, we'll take the knees nice and wide apart on the mat. Bring the big toes together. Sit the hips back towards the heels and recline the upper body down, walking the arms forward or bending through the elbows. Allowing the chest and forehead to rest down. If you have a bolster, you can use a bolster under your upper body or even under your hips or top of your ankles. And take a few moments here just to breathe slowly, feeling the back of the body expand and soften with each breath in and out. If you are completely comfortable in child's pose, you can choose to stay there. If you'd prefer something else for your final resting pose, you can make your way into it now. Maybe a seated or a reclined position. Something that feels comfortable and supported. It could be the same shape you chose at the beginning of the class, or it could be something different. It's up to you. Taking a moment to bring yourself into that shape. And once again, possibly closing the eyes, or if you'd rather have them open, settling them downwards and softening your gaze. Releasing the muscles of the face and relaxing the jaw open. And allowing the breath to slow and settle once again. If you have been controlling the breath, just letting that go. Allowing your breath to move at its own natural rhythm. And take a few moments here just to observe the body, observe the mind. Notice any sensation that draws your attention. Notice any thoughts that wander in. See if you can just let them go. If your mind has drifted away, let's bring it back to the present moment, back to the body. Allow yourself to start to move again, inviting in whatever movement feels good for you. Slowly bring the eyes open. And if you're not there already, taking your time to make yourself into whatever seated shape you prefer. Coming up from your child's pose or maybe from Shavasana. And choosing whatever seated position you prefer. We'll ground down through both sides of the body so that we can sit up a little bit more tall. And bring our hands together in front of our hearts, feeling the outer edges of the palms and the tips of the fingers in Anjali Mudra. I'd like to thank you for joining me and allowing me to guide you through this practice. From my light to yours, namaste.